I'm your number one fan.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
My mom and dad are gonna be...
I see dead people.
Hello.
Hello. Happy Tuesday.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Oh, sniped it right out from under you.
I usually say Happy Tuesday.
I know. I wanted to feel special this time.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there you go.
yeah,
Welcome back to Killer Cuties podcast.
that's us.
It is. We've got lots of news. Horror
do.
news.
Yeah. As a behind the scenes, it's been a few weeks since we filmed, so there were some newses that we had to catch up on. I'll start.
Mm-hmm.
It was confirmed that Neve Campbell,
Whatever.
she's coming back. She's returning for Scream 7, which I feel like I knew was coming. I feel like they had to because they fucked it up so bad, right? That I think their only option was offering her a shit ton of money to come back. But it still hurt. I'm really disappointed in her, if I'm being honest. I wish that she would have just let them fall flat on their fucking faces because that's what they deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, spoiler alert that she's able to come back.
Oh, to you.
For me. For me.
For you.
Not for anybody else.
If it helped, I mean, we did discuss though in our episode on Scream that it was Wes Craven's wish that Sydney never dies. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
spoiler alert: they so far have kept his wishes.
Yeah. Speaking of series that have probably run their course, there is a Paranormal Activity video game coming out in the next 2 years or so. I think they said 2026.
Oh,
This is like early development.
yeah.
But it's by the makers of Mortuary Assistant, so it's bound to be pretty spooky.
I did enjoy Mortuary.
I know. I enjoyed watching you play Mortuary.
It was fun.
It's confirmed to be an immersive found footage game that explores the lore behind the activities that are going on.
The
And it was
paranormal
also
activities.
revealed, the paranormal activities, if you will. It was also revealed that there's a system in the game where the decisions you make determine how scary the game actually is.
Okay.
Like, could be fun.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like, I'm going to play it. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Duh.
Obviously. Next for me, let's talk about Late Night with the Devil.
Do we have to?
We do. I think we do. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been talked about a lot. I'm sure no one has not heard of this, but it was released. It came to light that they used AI for some transitional images throughout the film. And again, a lot of people have talked on it, but we're just going to reiterate what everybody else is saying. It sucks. It's really stupid that they did this, and I was really looking forward to this movie, and now I'm not going to see it because of that, and that sucks, because I wanted to see it. But I know a lot of people have said, it's only like 5 seconds, it's not that big of a deal, but we have to put our foot down now. Because if we don't, it's just going to get worse. Next time it'll be 10 seconds, and then 30, and then a minute, and then 10, and it's like, we just have to say, no, we're not allowing that right now, so that they know that that's where we stand.
Yeah, and to be clear, the reason that it's a problem is because it's taking the opportunity away from artists.
You're taking jobs away from amazing, talented artists so that you can use cheap, shitty AI instead. Like, even under the Twitter thread, there were so many artists posting their renditions of this transitional scene, and they were so beautiful, and it sucks that they couldn't have paid someone for that art instead.
Yep.
It sucks.
If it were a like low budget movie where it is artists that are trying to get their work out and they don't have the money to pay other artists, maybe it would have been okay.
So that's another thing though, because this was an independent film. And so people were saying, oh, maybe they didn't have the money for it. But I don't think it matters. I think that's why people were so disappointed with this. Like, you expect this to come from Disney, right? You don't
Yeah.
expect this to come from independent artists who care about their work. That's supposed to be where the heart is. And I think that's why this movie hit a little bit differently. And I do think there are appropriate usages of AI. I know in Dune 2, they used it to track the eyes so that they could recolor them, right?
Yeah.
And that's not like taking a job away from someone, that's assisting someone and making their job easier. So that to me feels very different than completely replacing a person with
Totally.
shitty AI art.
Yeah. Fair. Fair.
Yeah. Anyways, it sucks.
On opening weekend, it made $666,666, which is very spooky and probably a lie. But for that reason alone,
Sounds
we
fake.
shouldn't go and see it
No one
anymore.
else go see it. Let's keep
Yeah.
it at that number and prove a point.
Exactly. Shifting gears here, there was a TikTok going around like a week or two ago
Oh
about
my god.
the Red Room in Haunting of Hill House and how people didn't like that Hugh, the dad, didn't get his own Red Room. Have you seen this TikTok?
I have, yeah.
Okay. As a reminder, the Red Room is a room that turns into basically whatever is the most calming or fitting for the person that's in that room. So in this TikTok, the creator had this theory that said that Hugh's Red Room was basically the entire house. What's most fitting for Hugh is the house creating tasks for him to complete, one of which is the locked Red Room door, because that's what Hugh's there to do. He's there to essentially flip the house. So the house is like, flip this, bitch. Great theory. Someone tagged Mike Flanagan in it, and he confirmed it. So that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like a little lore to be dropped every now and then.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw his TikTok. He also stitched someone who posted a photo of Hamish Linklater, who played Father Paul Hill in Midnight Mass.
Uh-huh.
They posted a photo of him in the church set, and he was wearing a pear costume.
Yes.
And they were like, what is this about? And Mike Flanagan just stitched it and was like, he said he was in despair because it was his last day of filming.
Oh my god.
Which is not as fun. Well, it's maybe more fun lore, but it's not as like intellectual
Yeah.
as Haunting of Hill House one.
Significantly less intellectual, but
yeah.
you know.
But funnier.
Yes. Cute. I actually love that.
Yeah. Okay, last news from me. The Twisted Childhood Cinematic Universe is now an official thing. It includes movies like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey and its sequel, Bambi: The Reckoning, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, most of these are upcoming by the way, Pinocchio Unstrung, and they're saying it's going to be like the Avengers, and they will all be converging in the film Pooniverse. Monsters Assemble.
Oh no.
So the Pooniverse is officially a thing.
Oh my
And
god.
it's gonna be horrible, and I can't wait.
I already know it's horrible.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad in the best way, I think. So there's that. And I think it's fun because there's a lot of childhood domains that are now public domains that could be added to the Pooniverse.
Did they have to call it that?
So I think yes. I think they did.
Okay, well. Great.
I'm glad that you're excited.
Thanks. I'll say it because it needs to be said. People are excited about it. But also, last piece of news. Beetlejuice. The teaser trailer just dropped. And you get to see all the characters, including Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. So go and watch that if you haven't.
Yeah. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Long-awaited sequel.
I hope they make a third one and call it
Beetlejuice,
Beetlejuice 3.
Beetlejuice. Oh. B3, The Reckoning.
Hey. Well, we're here to talk about The Final Girls.
We are.
I'll tell you about it.
Great.
The Final Girls is a 2015 horror comedy. It's about a girl named Max who is recently orphaned. She goes to see a screening of a B horror movie that her mother made 20 years prior. When Max and her friends find themselves in the world of the film itself, they must apply their knowledge of horror tropes to survive. It is directed by Todd Strauss Schulson. Had a $4.5 million budget, and it stars Thaisa Farmiga, Malin Akerman, Nina Dobrev, and Adam Devine.
Star-studded.
It is. It really is. I'll tell you, also, it has 76% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6.5 on IMDb.
Not bad.
They like it. They really like it.
They didn't like it enough to give it money, but they did like it.
Yeah. Which, correct, it did very poorly in the box office, but it has kind of a cult following. I mean, they're still doing panels about it to this day.
Yeah.
I watched one from Halloween of last year, but just goes to prove that if you like a movie, don't pirate it. Go and see it in theaters. Support the people who are in the film, and then maybe you'll get a sequel.
Yeah. They've kind of confirmed, because that has been a thing, like, oh, where's Camp Bloodbath 2? When are we getting the sequel? And it didn't make enough money, so no one's going to fund it. Which is sad.
It's a bummer.
It is. I feel like it got a limited release, though, right? Like, it wasn't...
I think it premiered at South by Southwest, weirdly enough.
Yeah, but I don't think it got a wide opening. Let me see. Yeah, the film received a video on demand and limited release on October 9th, 2015.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. So that makes sense that it didn't do well, because I to this day I don't think a lot of people really knew about it.
Remaster it and release it again in theaters.
Oh no.
And then we'll get our sequel.
We deserve it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I do. I don't know about the rest of you.
I personally have earned it.
I watched this movie 3 times since Wednesday.
Yeah, we watched it together, actually, which we don't normally do.
No, we watched most of it together.
Yeah, you weren't really paying much attention, though. So.
No.
Awkward.
Yeah. It's got a ton of ties to other horror movies, both like in the actual movie and just like kind of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
My favorite of which is, so Joshua John Miller is one of the co-writers, and then director Todd Strauss Schulson both kind of took on the project to deal with the deaths of their father. Joshua John Miller's father is Jason Miller from the original Exorcist.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Father Karras? Karras?
Karis.
Who's to say? Karras.
I think it's Karis. I only seen the movie once and I was really drunk.
The last time I saw the movie was with you, and I was also very drunk.
Yeah. I was like koala stuck to your leg in bed. I was holding on for dear life. I had the spin so bad.
It was an experience. But yeah, that is a fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
You love a Nepo baby, so.
And there's another Nepo baby in this. I didn't know he was even a Nepo baby.
Kato?
Yeah, Cato. Alexander Ludwig.
Oh. Ooh.
I don't think that's how you actually say that.
I don't think so either.
His mom was in Friday the 13th, part 8. There's 8 of them?
There's more than 8 of them.
Jesus Christ.
There's too many.
And that one's called Jason Takes Manhattan, which sounds like an episode of Sex and the City.
Just wait until you get to Jason X. That's where the real party
my God.
Is.
Where is he?
Space.
In space? Well, they ran out of cities? That's insane. Those movies need to stop. And that's exactly why we got this movie,
Whoa.
making fun of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It checks out to make fun of the Friday the 13th series.
Just really quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Mhm.
Sort of unrelated, tangentially related. I don't think that actually makes you a Nepo baby if your mom was in the 8th installment of a terrible horror franchise. I'm sorry.
I am inclined to agree.
Thank you.
But who's to say? Maybe she just made an insane amount of money. And is that the only thing she's been in? I don't know.
I don't know. But it's fun that she was in a Friday the 13th movie.
It is fun. Continuing that horror slasher tradition. I like it.
You good? you got
I'm
anything
good.
else to say?
I'm sorry. You started coughing and I was gonna just like smoothly transition and talk, but then I got nervous that it was now on me, and so I was like looking through my notes trying to find a fun fact that I wanted to talk about. Then now we're here, and now it's weird because I mean it that way.
I muted myself. You're right. I did not make it.
And that's why I thought this is great. She's muted. No one will know if I just keep talking, and I didn't. I just didn't. So
you're bad.
My bad. It's truly my bad. Fun fact. Now that we've made it weird. I made it weird. I will take the fault for that. The director, Todd Strauss-Schulson, said that he always thought of Alia Shawkat as Gertie.
Yeah. And
so when he reached out to her manager, he kept getting the runaround from them. And so he was just like, okay. So he just emailed her. It's like, will you be in this movie? And it worked. I don't think that's a professional way to do it in that industry, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, and if a director is reaching out, going around my agent to reach out to me personally, I'll at least read the script.
Right? And also, sometimes it's like, the agent's wrong. Yeah. Obviously. Like in this case, or the manager. And also, there were so many people that came out from the Barbie movie who were like, oh yeah, my manager said no. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm obviously going to be in Barbie. I think Michael Cera said that his manager told them no. And he had to be like, call them the fuck back. Of course I'm doing Barbie. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, sounds like they need new agents.
That's what I'm saying.
Disgusting.
Yeah. They can join Dakota Johnson's agents after Madam Web. I didn't
Have you seen that movie yet?
No, I kind of want to, though.
I do too.
It sounds like a nightmare.
It sounds like they knew it was going to be a nightmare. They knew it was. She is not a good actress. Like, that was your first indication. She sucks. Sorry, Dakota. You're a Nepo baby. I mean, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Money gets you everywhere, including in a Marvel movie. But I think they knew it was going to be bad, and they really leaned into that. And, like, the PR is making it fun. People want to go see it just because, oh, how bad could it possibly be? Very fucking bad.
I think but the problem though is that what I've heard is that it's not even like funny bad. It's just bad. So that's not good. Because I think The Room is a masterpiece. And that's bad. But it's so bad it's funny.
Okay.
So if you're so bad and you're not funny, that's not good. Then you're Thanksgiving 3. Who wants that?
Man, they should have stopped with Thanksgiving 1. Thanksgiving 1 is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah. They didn't, though.
Too bad.
Yeah. I like, back to this movie, not Madam Web. I like that the running time of the movie is the same as Camp Bloodbath, the movie within the movie. So they're both 92 minutes long, and I love that. That's just, to me, perfection. I love it when they do like little shit like that. It gets me going.
Yeah, I like a little shit too.
Everyone loves a little shit.
Yeah. Can we go back to other horror movies for a second? Because I had this whole section about other horror movies and we just derailed.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of, the song that everybody's singing after the first murder, Michael, row your boat ashore.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That's the same song that they're playing in the pre-credit sequence in Friday the 13th from 1980.
I know.
They're also wearing the same yellow shirts, or similar yellow shirts.
Yeah.
I've got more, but you go next.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think they did a good job at doing little homages to the movies that they were kind of poking fun at.
Mm-hmm.
But tell us more. You're on a roll.
Yeah, I got so much. I listened to so many interviews.
I love that.
Nancy, the mom, but not the mom, was modeled after Ginny from Friday the 13th 2. And then Tina, the Adderall dancer, was modeled after Linda from Halloween.
Yeah.
And then Jody was modeled after Morgan from The House on Sorority Row, which I haven't seen, but I bet it's fantastic. And then Nancy and Tina were named after Nancy and Tina from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
So many ties back to other movies. It's cute.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before, but I like that that's a thing in horror that you see a lot, is those little nods to the movies that came before. And obviously this one's very clearly poking fun at that genre, so they're gonna do that. But even in movies that aren't like that, you see a lot, and I think it's fun. It's like we're one little friend group, you know?
Yeah. We've all got our inside jokes and
Yeah.
This is exactly what this movie is making fun of.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cute. If you're a horror fan, you're a fan of this movie. Or you better be.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, it's your turn. I've talked enough.
Okay. Angela Trimber. She plays Tina. And she improvised the entire dance sequence. She drank a bunch of energy drinks, worked herself up, went for it.
Love that.
And nailed it.
That's my favorite scene. You're just crawling on the floor. Oh my god. Hilarious.
That would be really fun to do. But also I feel like good for her and a lot of actors, because you have to really just not care about embarrassment at all to do that. And I think that that's great.
Good for everybody else behind her not breaking character. Yeah. I'd be cracking up. It sounds like that, they put bloopers in the final credits.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it was a really funny movie to shoot. Everybody was always laughing and crying.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. But everybody was encouraged to improv and go off script as much as possible. And Thomas Middleditch, which is, what's his name? Starts with a W, I think.
Duncan.
Duncan. Doesn't start with a W.
No.
And then Adam Devine, obviously.
Yes.
A lot of their improvs are in the final cut.
Yeah. Yeah, I always think that's fun too.
Yeah.
When you get to improvise a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, Adam Devine, who again plays Kurt, and then Chloe Bridges, who plays Paula.
Mm-hmm.
She just pops in and out real quick in the movie.
Yeah, she's kind of in and out, huh?
Yeah. But they first met because they were seated next to each other on the plane that they were taking to set.
Adorable.
But Adam didn't know that Chloe was in the movie. She knew that he was in the movie. And so she started just chatting with him. And he was like, okay. And talked to her, but was like, why is this girl talking to me? And then they did the movie together. They fell in love and they got married in 2021.
Aww. How
So, yeah.
sweet.
They're still married,
Aw, I love that for them.
right? I think that's
That's-
cute.
A long Hollywood marriage, 3 years.
3 years is a lifetime in Hollywood.
Literally.
Literally.
Several lifetimes. Speaking of lifetimes. Just kidding, this one's a stretch. Alexander Ludwig's character mentions playing high school football and shooting arrows, like archery, which is a callback to his former lives in the Hunger Games and When the Game Stands Tall.
Yeah.
So cute.
He was also in another movie called Final Girl.
Totally unrelated, but yes.
Nothing to do with this movie.
Not even close.
I think it has Abigail Breslin in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it sad?
No, no, he's a terrible person in it.
God.
Yeah.
Well.
But yeah.
He's a terrible
How
person
fun.
in Hunger Games, too.
He's great at playing terrible people. I think that's why in this movie I just don't like it.
Oh, sad. Why?
I'm sorry. Because he just looks like he sucks.
No.
I'm sure he's a nice guy in real life, but because he's played these characters that suck, my brain is conditioned to be like, I hate that guy. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
And he's blonde. What's a girl to do?
No. Sad. Poor Alex. He looks like an Alex.
Yeah. To be clear, I'm sure he's a fine person in real life. I don't know him. Sucky characters, though. So.
Yeah. Well.
Not in this. Just every other movie I've seen him in.
Malina Ackerman.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy / Amanda.
Yes.
Todd Strauss-Schulson, the director of the movie, said that she was the hardest, or her role was the hardest to cast.
Mm-hmm.
But she came in, did her interview, nailed it. It was literally weeks after giving birth. She was a brand new mom to a baby, obviously, baby girl. And I meant to say
Crazy if
girl.
it wasn't a baby.
Yeah, I meant to say baby girl. And her marriage had literally just ended.
Right after she had the baby?
Around the same time. Yeah. Brutal. So all of the things that she was expressing about motherhood and below parenting and stuff was true. It was real.
Yeah.
Which is probably what made her so good for the role. But yeah, she and Thaisa really carried those heavier hitting, sad moments in the film, which there were a lot of.
I know. It's like a surprisingly emotional film for the premise because it's so goofy at times, and then it's so like why am I tearing up to Betty Davis eyes while a mom essentially does a striptease in front of her daughter?
Right?
I don't know. But I am, so somehow it works.
Yeah, I may never get over that.
No.
That it was literally her stripteasing in front of her. Very strange. But the scene where they're like saying goodbye or whatever.
Yeah.
Todd Strauss-Schulson, talking about him again, the director. I mentioned that he and one of the co-writers were both using this film to help heal from the passing of their dads. Todd said that that's by far his favorite scene. And he said, Josh and my dads were in that room and we were both saying goodbye to them. And it was an incredibly emotional scene for the entire group. So, and he says even to this day, he watches it back just to like say hi or bye to his dad because he can feel him in that scene. I know, isn't that so sad?
So sad.
I know.
Oh.
I know. This is a comedy. I would just like to remind everyone.
This is a comedy, but it's so sad. Yeah, I've definitely cried at this movie many times. But that's fair. I've lost a parent, so it's definitely that movie where it's like you feel it, you know?
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough out there.
No.
No, it's fine. I cry at everything when I'm alone. Um, I literally joke constantly that I cry at Easy A. That's not a sad movie.
I've seen it, but I don't remember that movie at all.
Oh, we can watch it and I'll cry in your arms.
I don't like her. In my arms?
Yeah.
Specifically?
Look at it was like you were like,
Wait a
"Nah,
minute."
I'm good," and then you were like, wait. Got her.
Wait a minute. Now that you mention it, I kind of do want to watch Easy A.
Bumping that to the top of my watch list.
Oh shit.
We have fun here. I think there were like a few bumps with it getting made. They had to do a couple rewrites.
A couple.
Quite a few. But they originally optioned the script to New Line Cinema, but the studio wanted to eliminate the entire mother-daughter plot. And they were like, no, again, that's the whole reason we did this. So then they wound up going with Sony, but they liked the emotional core, but they didn't like the slasher aspect as much. So they had to tone it down. It was originally supposed to be rated R, much more extreme, and they went down to a PG-13 because more marketable.
Yeah. I guess the director ended up being happy with it, but he also said that we missed out on a scene in which Tina's boobs get chopped off and go flying through the air.
I actually think I'm okay with that.
Oh, okay, well. I thought it sounded fun.
I prefer the Lisa Frankenstein dick scene. That's just me.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one too. But that was implied. It was a shadow. It wasn't actually a dick. It sounded like this was going to be actually
full on
tits soaring.
We'll never know.
Too bad.
Yeah. The things we lose when we go to PG-13, you know?
Well, yeah, that's boobs and gore. It's like
Boobs
the two
and
things
gore.
you can't put in a PG-13 movie.
They don't belong here.
No.
Yeah. The killer in the movie is called Billy Murphy, which I was trying to find anything about like that being a reference to like Bill Murphy. Just because it sounds like Bill Murray. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Every time I read it, I was reading Bill Murray, but like, I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. But anyways, Bill Murphy's mask, they like changed it quite a few times during filming. And because it had such prominent eyebrows, they called it the Eugene Levy mask. Which I think is really funny.
That's cute.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah. That was the end of that.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. I thought you were going to tell us that it made us an appearance. It's in a scene in the movie.
It is in one of the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the scene where somebody's looking out the window or something.
Gertie, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Bill Murray, not Bill Murray, Billy Murphy.
See, now you're doing it.
Yeah. The sequel is supposed to be about him, but like the actor that plays him is the dad of the
Max.
Yeah.
I
mean, not Max. A Max figure.
A Max figure?
Yeah, like a teenage girl. A different.
Oh, was it not going to be Max?
I don't know. Well,
I thought the sequel was that you find out that Billy was the guy who played Billy was her dad because they hooked up on set.
Oh,
that's what I thought it was. That's how I read it.
Oh, I like that. That's not that. I was watching an interview with what's his name, Todd, the director.
Yeah, that's not what he meant by that.
I don't know. I don't think so, but.
Well, he should do my idea.
Yeah, I like that idea better. Maybe that is his idea. I don't want to. I mean, that's not what I understood, but cute though.
Yeah, I think that would have been fun. I'd watch it.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then Duncan
Mhm.
During the end credits blooper, there's a scene with Kurt in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's not a blooper. That's an actual scene from an alternate version of the ending where Duncan's like, the studio really liked Kurt's character, so they brought him back for the sequel. He wasn't actually dead,
Yeah.
which is a bummer because that would have been cute.
I think so. We were robbed, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We were robbed of a Final Girls sequel.
Yeah. Yeah. Which
And it's
also,
everybody's fault but mine.
I mean, I watched it 3 times.
Too late.
I know.
Almost 10 years too late, Katie.
I know. Ugh. God, yeah, almost. 2015. Which, speaking of which, the entire time I was watching this movie, I was like, oh my God, no wonder they cast Adam Devine for Pitch Perfect. Of course they would. I mean, look at him. He's doing amazing. Because I thought that was his first role, was Pitch Perfect.
Oh.
I don't know why I thought that.
I
I've
don't
never
know
seen
why
it in
you thought
anything
that
else.
either. He was on Workaholics for like forever.
Oh, see, I never saw a show.
Oh, yeah. No, he'd definitely done things before Pitch Perfect. But I think Pitch Perfect moved him more into the mainstream.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then he did this movie? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, well. Yeah.
Yeah, wait, Pitch Perfect came out before this movie.
That's what I'm saying. I kept saying, oh yeah, no wonder they wanted him for Pitch Perfect, because look at how good he did in this movie.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be... Why wouldn't they want him in this movie? Look at how good he did in Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect came out first.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I thought...
Okay, you personally thought...
Yes.
Got it.
The whole time, I was like, no way this movie came out after Pitch Perfect.
Yeah. Why
Because I
wouldn't it?
thought Pitch Perfect was... Oh, wait. Now I'm confusing myself.
You don't even know what I'm saying.
I also thought...
Pitch Perfect was his breakout role, but then he did this first.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I did think that he did this first.
Okay.
Which is why I was surprised to find out. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's move on. This movie was filmed in 26 days. They had a super tight budget. I'm just going to keep talking.
I love that, yeah.
They built the cabin for the booby trap sequence.
Yeah.
So that the motion camera would fit, because the motion camera wouldn't fit in any of the cabins at this camp. They're at this camp. It's a Christian girls' camp in the middle of like Louisiana or some shit. But anyway, none of the cabins would fit the camera on the tracks. So they built a cabin that would fit the camera, and there's literally an inch of space on any of the sides of the camera. They had one night to film with that entire set that they built, and then they didn't have enough money to demo it, so they just left it there.
Yeah.
And
But I
told
heard
the
that they
girls-
made sure that it was structurally sound enough that it could be used by
Yeah,
I think it was a Girl Scout camp that they were at.
cute.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
They got a little piece of set to use for their camp.
Yeah.
Any other fun facts you got for me?
Yeah, so many. I've got so many.
Oh.
On the last day of shooting, they had to do all of their
Mhm.
fire scenes.
Yeah.
Do you know this already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well,
But
pretend
they
like you
don't.
don't. Yeah, pretend like you don't.
Yeah. Okay.
They had to do their fire scenes, and the
Oh.
stunt team forgot. You're acting too much.
I'm listening.
The fluid that they used to put the fires out on the stuntmen. They had enough for two. God, your fucking face. They had enough for 2 takes. So 2 people lit on fire, and that was it. And they had 2 fire scenes to shoot. You might be asking, oh, well, why wouldn't they just go get more of that fluid? Well, because it was 3 hours away. So they couldn't. And they had one night, literally, they're doing the scenes. They had that night to do it. It was already dark out as the sun is rising. And 30 minutes before, 4 busloads of little Christian girls come to be at their camp, which is where they were filming. They're doing the running sequence, you know?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, the scene with Billy like jumping out of the window went perfect. They used 3 cameras to shoot it. It was great. They had all the footage they need. Back to the running scene. Everyone from the crew, like hair, makeup, wardrobe, everybody set up chairs. They made popcorn. They brought their little drinks to come and like watch the filming of. This is the last scene that they had to film, and they had 1 take to do it. And the sun's coming up, and here come the little Christian girls, and they did it. They fucking nailed it.
Of course.
And it was a focus puller scene. So, you know, where like the guys like having to like walk backwards, you know?
Yeah.
Basically impossible to get right on the first try. And then they did it.
Not for them.
Yeah. And then they packed up and went home.
Pack it up. They didn't even put the guy out. Left him on fire.
Some say he's still on fire.
They left 2 pieces of set behind.
Yeah.
Do you think some people were like sitting on their little lawn chairs kind of hoping they fumbled?
I mean, yeah, I would be. Like, oh man, we're gonna have to turn these little Christian girls away. Oh, sad. We're gonna have to stay here for another couple days. Oh, I have to get paid 2 more days. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo. But what probably would have happened is they would have just cut the scene, and then it wouldn't have been as good of a movie.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't have enough budget to tear it down, I'm sure they didn't have enough budget to shoot it again.
Probably not.
Yeah.
That's all I had. I'm done now.
Oh, great.
I will just say that this movie is incredibly fucking quotable.
It is.
So quotable.
Yeah, it's a really fun time.
Mm-hmm.
I think this movie is great. I'm a fan.
Yeah. Every time anybody asks me what any of my tattoos are or mean, I'm going to tell them I'm a cherry thief. I got it in juvie. I'm a cherry thief.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, great. Should we rate it?
Might as well.
Oh, okay.
How funny did you think it was? Bet you didn't think I was going to ask you that.
I didn't. Like a 3.5.
Oh, okay. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's not like a ha-ha laugh out loud funny for the most part. It
absolutely is.
Okay. I said for the most part. But I feel like a lot of it's more like I see what you did there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are moments where it's like hee hee ha ha, but
yeah.
But yeah, I do think it's a good time.
My favorite joke in the entire movie.
Yeah.
They won't be singing Kumbaya. They'll be screaming Kumbah no. Because they could have said Kumbah nah.
That's the joke.
Oh my god, so fucking funny. Pissed myself.
Honestly, I think one of my favorite jokes, which we actually kind of talked about a little bit when we were watching it, was they do use the F slur, which like bad, but it's immediately condemned.
Yes.
Like immediately Alexander Ludwig's character shuts it down and is like, I have 2 dads, don't say that shit. And Adam Devine's character, the one who said it, is like, you can't have 2 dads. Because they're too busy going out all the time and having a good time at the clubs, and it's actually like a pretty cool lifestyle. I don't know why I think that's so funny.
Yes.
Just, immediately you're like, baby girl.
Yeah.
You can live that lifestyle too.
Him and Duncan are hilarious. They're my favorite characters by far.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that Duncan wasn't in it that long. Like
I know.
But he kind of had to be the first one to go, you know?
Well, no.
Oh, no? Who would you have killed off first?
I don't know.
Oh, great.
Vicky.
Oh, is that Nina?
Yeah.
Nina
Dobrev.
But she had to have her character arc. You know what I mean? She had to, like, have her redemption. Because she is like the shitty character. Her and Kurt are the two shitty ones. So.
Yeah. Well, she had some fucking slapper lines too. She was the one that said, "What are we just gonna watch someone get murdered? What is this, Detroit?"
Yeah, that was wild. I think that is too, like, this movie is not always super politically correct, but I think the way that they kind of shut things down is done pretty well. They immediately kind of are like, no, it's bad because this terrible person said it.
Yeah.
You know Kurt's a bad guy. So when he drops the F slur, you're like, yeah, he sucks. That's why he said it. You know what I mean? So yeah, there definitely are. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Which I think it's really them poking fun at how some of these older movies did not age well.
100%.
And it's a cute, fun way to do it. I mean, it's still, I mean, maybe you still shouldn't use the word, but if you gotta.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, like, it, like, takes you back. But I also think, like, I don't know, we shouldn't get to a point where, like, people can't do or say bad things in a movie because they're bad. Inclusion does not mean promotion.
Yeah.
It's just, like, you can condemn it and have that be a lesson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I also thought it was a 3.5 funny, so it's pretty fucking funny.
Look at us go.
That's why I watched it 3 times.
One for each funny.
You
gotta watch it a half a time now.
I mean, technically, I've only watched it 2.5 times because the time I watched it with you, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, that's true.
So I just gotta watch it one more.
Great.
Yeah.
I think I already know your answer, but how scary did you think it was?
Like at least a 3. Man, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Have you even watched that yet?
No, I only know that from you saying it. Because you say it all the fucking time.
It's so funny.
I'm just joking.
I'm just joking. Anyways, go watch.
No
I think
idea
you
what
should
that's
leave
from.
now.
No,
it's Tim Robinson.
I do like him.
I'm gonna send you the clip of it. It's so funny.
All right.
Give me that. I'm just joking.
It doesn't sound funny when you say it. Like,
okay, here's the thing about, honestly, that entire show, if you've ever seen I Think You Should Leave Now, is when you watch it, you're kind of like, okay. But you cannot stop quoting it afterwards. It just ingrains itself into your brain.
Yeah.
It won't ever leave, and it makes it funnier.
Kind of like The Office.
No, The Office is funny when you're watching it.
Not the first season.
That's true. There are still episodes that I will skip because I'm not strong enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 1.
Yeah.
You also thought it was a 1, so
I did.
How fucked up did you think it was?
I did also think it was a 1. Are we not doing sexy this time? Or?
Oh, yeah, we should do that first. Sorry, go ahead. I was just trying to be funny.
No. I gave it a 3 on sexy.
Oh.
I know. I think horror movies at camps always kind of have a sexy vibe.
Okay.
And I think it's because everybody's kind of funny, too. It makes them hotter.
Yeah. Okay.
And I like that this movie's like bright and fun colors, because that's hot. And yeah, they're all wearing 80s crop tops and stuff. It's great.
So to be clear, it wasn't the, like, a shadowed incense. Incense? Let me start that over. So to be clear, it wasn't the, like, shrouded incest.
That didn't feel like a thing to me at all.
Oh, not even a little bit?
No, I felt like they were 2 pals helping each other along the way. No, I didn't like that. No.
Good.
No. I liked the 80s aesthetic, the crop tops.
Okay.
The fun time.
Good. Because I was just gonna say, like, that kind of bumped my score down a little bit. I only gave it a 2.5.
Oh, okay. Because you thought they were gonna kiss or what?
No, it was just, I mean, It was a mom doing a striptease in front of her daughter.
That part I didn't think was sexy.
Right. Neither did I.
just
That's
thought
why
that
my
was kind of,
score
like,
went down.
Funny and sad.
Yeah.
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 No, that didn't factor into the score at all for me.
Okay, good.
Yeah. How fucked up did you think it was?
It wasn't.
Okay.
I gave it a 1.
Yeah.
How about you?
I also gave it a 1.
Yeah.
It's very standard. Because it's making fun of standard horror movies, so.
Yeah.
It's like, nothing we haven't seen before.
The boobs would have given it probably a 0.5.
Oh, for sure.
At least.
Yeah. Absolutely.
People were supposed to be decapitated. It was going to be a big mess.
I know. When I fund the sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. Overall?
You go first.
Me?
I always go first. I'm going to put my answer under the table.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I gave mine. This is my movie now. actually.
Yeah.
No, I gave it a 3.5. I kind of want it to be a 3.75 because I don't think it's quite a 4. But it is a fun movie. It has heart. It's funny. It's like a good vibe type of fun movie, I do think like there's areas where it could have been a little bit better. And that's why like it's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
But overall, I do really enjoy this movie. I think it's a fun time. You should definitely watch it if you haven't.
Totally.
What about you?
I
Can I
gave it
guess?
4. Oh, shit.
I was going to guess a 4. But
Yeah.
I could tell by your face it was I like this better than you.
Yeah. I mean, not much better than you. I mean, if you give it
Yeah.
3.75, then like, but you're not allowed to do that.
I should be allowed to do that.
I feel like it checked all of the boxes of a good movie.
Yeah.
It had a few drawbacks. Like, I mean, there were a couple of like comments that they made that made me a little uncomfortable. I think the acting was a little inconsistent. Some
That's
people
fair.
really knocked it out of the park, were hilarious, were emotional, and other people were just kind of like, bleh. Did you really have to be in this movie?
Oh, name them.
Nina. Alex. I do love him though. Alexander Ludwig.
Oh, that's crazy that I said that I didn't like him in this when you were yelling at me.
He didn't have to be in it.
Mm-mm.
He was fine.
unneeded.
Yeah. He was fine.
Yeah.
Other people did a lot better.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was emotional. So yeah, I gave it 4.
I love that.
I know. It's the first movie I've watched 3 times between when I first watched it and when we recorded.
Wow.
I've done a couple twice.
Yeah.
This is the first one I've done 3 times.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Would you survive it though?
You'd think I would think about it beforehand, but I just really don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I would, after 64 episodes, think that you would
Yeah.
think about this question at least once. But
No.
maybe by 100 episodes.
Yeah. A few more. I mean, everybody does, sorta, kinda. I mean, they have to get through the second movie, but like, eventually they're gonna get out of the movie, whether they die or not. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
So, I think I'm living.
I think you are too.
Thanks. So, are
Yeah.
you living?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This feels kind of low stakes because even the people that died were alive for the sequel. So
Yeah.
I think I'm all right. Also, it's like, horror movie rules. And I know the rules. I can navigate that just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
And to go even one step further, the one character that died but still made it to the sequel, Kurt.
Yes. Correct.
He made it to the sequel because the director thought he was so funny,
Mhm.
quote unquote. I'm fucking funny. I'm hilarious. Of course they're gonna keep me. So I think no matter what the scenario is, I'm living.
You do give off big Kurt vibes.
Thanks. Yay, feminism.
Just,
I'm just joking.
I'm just joking. Give me that. If I haven't encouraged you to watch Little Girls today, I hope you at least go watch that sketch from.
Yeah.
You have one takeaway from this episode. All right, are you ready to predict next week's movie plot?
Yep.
All right. Do you know what it is?
Nope.
You never do. All right, I kind of like that though. I like that it's like a little treat.
It's a surprise.
Yeah. Also, sometimes I need to move stuff around, so that's also good. Because then you're not like, oh, I was expecting this movie,
Yeah.
Anyways, next week we're going to be talking about Cube.
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 I know exactly what Cube is about.
Tell me about
I've
it.
never even fucking heard of this movie. Did you just add this to the schedule? It's been on the schedule? The whole time?
I think I switched it. No, I didn't. I switched the week after's movie. The next two movies after that were not there previously. Cube has been on there for a while.
Okay. Can you send me the poster? Can I see the poster?
No.
What the hell?
Cube.
Okay.
Cube.
All right. I'm just going to go based off what I know about cubes in horror movies.
Great.
Cube
is
about a group of detectives who are fighting a bad guy.
Yeah.
And there's a cube. And the cube is a puzzle. And they have to solve it. And when they try to solve it, a voice from the heavens starts coming.
Just describing Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Because that's what you know of.
I told you I was going to talk about what I know about cubes in horror movies. Is that stupid fucking puzzle.
Okay.
Where you solve the puzzle and he says, "You summoned me, I came." And so, one by one, they're trying to solve the puzzle, but they can't do it fast enough. And he comes all over them. And they die.
Because of the cum?
Didn't think that far through, but probably.
Yeah, right. It's toxic.
Yeah. But no, I think it stands. I think the cube is a puzzle of some kind that needs to be solved.
Okay.
Or it's a source of great power.
Okay.
There are detectives involved.
Obviously.
They're either trying to find a cube that is a source of great power or trying to solve the cube because it's a puzzle.
Right.
And they don't. Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Yeah. Oh, there's probably also 3 people because cube.
Okay. Run that back for me.
To the power of 3. Cubed.
Okay. I think a lot of people associate like 4 with squares
which is
and cubes.
Almost dumber because there's 6 sides to a cube.
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, so 3 detectives are either solving a cube puzzle or it has power.
They have to find it.
They have to find it.
Because it'll destroy people.
Everything.
It'll kill people.
Just some people?
Yeah.
Got it. And then they don't. And they die?
If the cube is a source of power, there's probably robots involved.
Of course.
Duh. If they don't find it, everybody dies. And I'm guessing that they don't
Okay.
find it. And they
They don't
also
find
don't
it.
solve it. So
Don't solve it.
they
Don't find
suck.
it. This is a sad one. No, nobody's winning here, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say it's sad, but it is hopeless. Not a lot of hope.
Got it. Okay.
It's bleak.
It's bleak. Right.
Bleak.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it now.
No. Don't.
I just want to see the poster. Well, it is a cube.
It's a cube.
It looks like fucking, what's it called? Portal?
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
in one poster it looks like Portal. In another
Yeah.
poster it looks like the Tesseract
Yeah.
from Transformers. Right? Is that where the Tesseract's from?
I don't know. Great. I don't actually know how much of this I should tell you.
Oh, okay.
I feel like, yeah, this might, I don't know.
The poster's giving
What do
me
you
nothing.
think? Yeah, do you like having a little hint of what it's going to be about, or do you like going in blind?
I should probably go in blind.
Yeah, I like that. I'll just tell you this has a cult following.
So it was
That's
bad.
Okay, well, The Final Girls also has a cult following, so let's start there.
That's fair, but from the poster alone, I can tell that this was not a great movie.
Jesus. Well,
Hate to break it to you.
I guess we'll find out next week.
See you then on the Killer Cuties podcast. Don't forget to like and sub.
Please.
And thank you. Bye.
Bye.